Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. May I request everyone to please rise. Let us in silence pray for the victims of Typhoon Pablo. Amen. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council is called to order. This afternoon, we will hear the report of the NDRRMC to be reported by Yusek Benito Ramos, the Executive Director of NDRRMC.
His Excellency, President Simeon Benigno Aquino, the Chair of the NDRRMC, the Honorable Walter Gasmin, local Chief Executives, fellow humanitarian workers, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, allow me to apprise you on the consolidated effects of Typhoon Pablo, whose international name is BOFA, based on the latest data submitted to the NDRRMC Operations Center, 2 o'clock this afternoon. The scope of my presentation follows this sequence. Chronology of events. As early as November 20, or 2 weeks before the actual landfall of Typhoon Pablo, PAGASA started informing NDRRMC agencies, including the media, on the brewing tropical cyclone, which eventually developed into a tropical depression next day. Sustained monitoring and dissemination of information were done from November 30 with the issuance of successive public weather forecasts and severe weather bulletins. PAGASA closely monitored the landfall of Pablo. At 6 a.m. on December 4th, over Baganga, Davao Oriental. With the scarcity of initial reports on its effects, we continued the tracking of its movements from eastern Mindanao towards the Visayas Islands. On its way to Palawan, Typhoon Pablo further weakened in the next 2 days and had accelerated as it moved away from the country. Shown is the track of the Typhoon Pablo from its initial position on the 2nd of December until its exit from the Philippine Area of Responsibility this afternoon. As of 2 p.m. Today. Yes, sir.
Yung initial kasi hinatuan, Surigao, kailan nagbago yung track towards Davao Oriental?
PAGASA, please.
Sir, actually, it was reference lang, sir, yung hinatuan. Actually, 80 kilometers south of Hinatuan. Even from the very start, it was on the boundary of Davao Oriental and Surigao. But during the press call po nung Monday afternoon around 4 o'clock, na pinpoint na po na it will make a landfall in Banganga, Oriental, Davao Oriental. So that was around 12 hours before the actual landfall. Baka lang nagkaroon na misleading because we use as reference Hinatuan. Pero actually, what was really referring to was the boundary between Surigao and Oriental, Davao Oriental.
Baka pwede natin i-fine-tune yun when we select reference points.
Yes, Mr.
May
President.
tendency magkakaroon ng confusion eh. Parang the reference point becomes the focal area.
Yes, okay.
And if that is not the focal area, then the reference point will be different.
As of 2 p.m. Today, 7 December 2012, 439 dead. 445 injured and missing. We still have 383. The latest so far for the dead, 4 recovered by the rescue teams coming from MMDA, Francis Tolentino. Next slide. Over 5 million individuals have been affected by this devastating weather disturbance in various localities spread in 7 regions of the country. There are still 569 evacuation centers catering to 64,470 families or 306,451 persons. Next is-
Balik mo yan. Pakibalik yung slide.
Balik.
Ano pinagkaiba ba niyan? Ben? Pero nga, pointer. Medyo confused ako. Ano pinagkaiba nito? Ito. At saka ito. Inside, outside, evacuation centers,
Sir,
49.
ito yung
Inside
outside.
this. Ito outside. Ito inside.
Yes, sir.
So pwede ba ayusin ito?
Yes, sir.
Inside. Kasi doon, inside din outside. Eh. Baka pwedeng hinatin nyo. Outside yun, inside to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Para may clarity naman.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Next slide. A total of 15,850 damaged houses were reported in regions 4B, 7, 10, 11, and Caraga, of which 5,530 were partially damaged, while 10,320 were totally damaged. Next slide. A total of 4.2 million overall. This is just the initial estimate of damages, of which infrastructure of 3.3 million is the most affected, and while the infrastructure is 897 million, 0.6. Next slide. Cost of assistance. So far, as of 2 p.m. Today, a total of 9.6 million have been accounted for so far. This is for DSWD and from LGUs and the NGOs and other government organizations. Next slide.
Dicky. Parang alit naman yata doon. Yung food packs sa prepare ng DSWD and plus the cash is already 40 million. Eh. Bakit may 9 million na lang tayo dito?
Oh, sir, it's more. I think what we need to update our data with NDRRMC. Ang total cost of assistance so at this as of last night that we are accounting is 34 million 855.
Just for DSWD.
No, yes. No, sorry, sir. 15,327,000 of that is LGU, and then 19,788,000.
Parang indicative. DPWH, I'm sure, has already had expenditures. The AFP and all of this transport and all of the personnel have
Mas
also.
malaki ho.
So,
Just the initial concept.
hindi kasi initial as of this date. Eh.
Yes, sir. 9.
Parang don't give us information that's useless or incorrect. Makes prioritizing that much more difficult. Make sure that your data is up to date.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
Next slide, please. Actions taken. For the NDRRMC, the strategic planning and deployment for the rapid deployment and needs assessment, Typhoon Pablo on 4 December. And I joined NDRRMC HCT, RDNA teams in regions 10, 11, and Caraga. Next slide. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, the 2 area commands in Mindanao, Eastern Mindanao Command and the Western Mindanao Command, mobilize all its personnel and assets to assist the affected areas. In this area, the 66 Infantry Battalion provided SAR teams in Compostela Valley. Unfortunately, 4 perished and 7 are still missing, while in the process of rescuing our people in Compostela Valley.
Again, yung SAR team is missing.
Apat, sir. 4 are...
Of the SAR team. Or members of a SAR team. are
yes, sir.
missing.
66 Infantry Battalion. This is the Charlie Company of the 66 Infantry Battalion. Apat, sir, yung nalunod.
But
Ito.
were they on search and rescue?
Yes, sir. Search and
Operations?
rescue.
When
Yes,
they
sir.
got lost?
Yeah, when they got lost on the
Tama ba?
process.
Georgie, tama yan? The 66 IB's search and rescue teams are the ones missing?
Actually, sir, this company of the 66IB was already in place before the...
Was that a search and rescue team? President?
Na-convert na rin sila, sir, so search and rescue.
Yung
But they themselves were victims of
65th and
the...
the 51st, meron rin search and rescue teams?
Those are under the Western
Meron
Mindanao
ba search and
Command.
rescue? 65th, 51st. Also. Ang nagsa-search na ba ito 66?
No, sir. The entire division is involved in yung 66 lang, sir, ang nandun sa
Compostela.
New Bataan.
Okay.
But the entire division is already involved in the operation, sir.
Okay.
Next slide, please. This is now the 10th Infantry Division in Eastern Mindanao Command, together with the Tactical Operations Group of the Philippine Air Force that have conducted search and rescue operations in the 3 provinces of Davao Oriental, Compostela, and Surigao del Sur.
Who is coordinating all of the search and rescue operations?
We have here the Office of Civil Defense Region 11,
So, Office of Civil Defense is tasking all of these particular
Yes,
units
sir.
as to which area?
as to which area.
Meron ba kayo sa briefing na to in-identify yung areas that have to be searched and have actually been searched versus those that have yet to be searched?
Yes, sir.
Meron dito, may maps?
In the map later, sir.
Okay.
The priority are the municipalities, isolated municipalities of Boston, Katiil, and Baganga.
What I'm interested is, I would assume we would know what the priorities are, but I want to see yung progress. Yung what progresses are actually been done.
Yes, sir. Next slide, please. The Philippine National Police also mobilized all its forces to assist the LGUs in all affected regions. And they also assisted in the identification of the dead. SOCO, these are the forensic experts. The Philippine Coast Guard also provided their respective SAR teams, and they provided one cargo vessel to transport relief items.
Tama ba yun? June, tama yun? Coast Guard just deployed one vessel?
Navy, dalawa, sir. So, bali tatlo yun.
PCG. Deployed 2 SAR teams, provided one cargo vessel.
One cargo.
PCG is Coast Guard?
Hindi, sir. Yes, sir, Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
Yes,
Coast
sir.
Guard was transporting from Manila all of these relief packs, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. President, they're
Search
on
and
their way
rescue.
to
3, yeah?
Davao, and one is left from Mati this morning on the way to one of the isolated
Meron
towns.
naka-deploy dito before that vessel left for Manila, di ba?
There was one that started from Zamboanga, sir, and it's the one that that departed Mati this morning, going up to the towns.
So itong provided one cargo is incorrect?
Plus 2 vessels from the Philippine
Pero
Navy.
hindi. Coast Guard lang. Coast Guard by itself has at least 2 vessels transporting this relief. Tama yan?
Yes, Mr. President.
Dito one eh. Coast Guard. So apat. Under the control of the Coast Guard.
The BFAR is more of conducting search and rescue for the missing vessels out of Gensan, those out in the Pacific Ocean.
Out in the Pacific Ocean during the storm.
They were actually, when we asked the Coast Guard District Commander, the recovered bodies and survivors were 50 miles off the Bay of Mati. So the assumption was they were on their way back to Mati to seek shelter. According to Secretary Antonino, these fishing vessels are experienced in all of this. Their option is either to stay at sea or seek shelter. So they were divided in their opinions, Mr. President.
Next slide, please. For DPWH, they ensured access to and from affected areas. And they assisted in the clearing operations of roads and bridges. And they deployed all heavy equipment for the transport of...
Sige, okay na. Next slide.
Next slide. The ILG, Pagasa, provided timely and accurate weather advisories. Next slide, please.
So, but again, relief goods needs are as follows. Relief goods. The relief goods are not reaching the intended areas. Dicky, can we have a comment? The relief goods lack.
We were having that challenge the day after it hit in this in Region 11 because of the debris that were there. So
Roads and
when
bridges.
Sekmar was here, he mobilized from Mati private fishing vessels actually. So that left the night that he was here, 9:30 in the evening, and got to Katiil in early morning. Then 4 dump trucks left for Katiil, Boston, and Baganga from Davao City,
Short answer, this was a problem, it's no longer a problem.
it's no longer a problem, sir.
Yung potable water, we have on the way to
Ma-
Bataan, di ba? Yung Bataan.
Baganga.
Yung first one from MMDA.
For MMDA, sir, it's in New Bataan.
New Bataan.
Manila Water is sending. It will arrive tomorrow morning.
5. Yung galing sa Albay, sa Bicol.
Wala pa yata deployment yun, sir. So, we'll be coordinating with, given what we saw, I think we should deploy it in Davao Oriental, in either Katiil, because nasa gitna ho siya. So, people can get, kailangan lang i-determine kung saan kukunin yung tubig.
Yung interim ba pag, hindi pa alam yung kung saan kukunin. Yung interim measure is, saan siya? Secretary Ona, where are you? Yung temporary pa habang wala pa tong, ano ba tawag dito? Yung water processing machines. Yung the initial step is to tablets, di ba?
Formalin, yung konho, yung chlorine tablets. So,
Okay. So these tablets are already in place in all of these areas.
meron ho tayong pinamimigay sa kanila po. Yes.
So pinamimigay meaning na wala na sa regional office, nando na.
Wala, nandun na po. Yes.
At nagagamit na ngayon habang hindi pa dumarating to equipment.
That's correct. Po yun.
Okay.
That's the same thing din ho the same thing also sa mga medicines. Although I noticed kanina sa tanong ko ho, although we have already deployed or delivered sana yung mga medicines, meron talagang complaints. Meron pa rin ako narinig kanina na may kakulangan ho sila. Lalo na with even pang sutures, na ubusan sila ng pang sutures. At saka, but I was just told today na nakarating na because they had some difficulty in
Reaching the site.
reaching the scene.
Pero yung availability of all of this stuff is
Ang kwan ho
we have
as
adequate supplies.
more than adequate as a matter of fact, President.
For instance, yung tablets that you put into water to make it safe. How many of these tablets have you deployed? And good for how many liters?
Pero yung ilan na, ay ganun kadami nang na-deliver. Two water purifiers will be arriving at 4:55 today.
Yun yung Manila Water. 455.
Meron din ho kaming, meron din ho silang pinadala ding yung Hyposol, wherein for about 200 ml ho, ilalagay mo yan to as much as 6 drums ng tubig, and that will be safe already.
Just been informed that itong water filtration systems, yung water purifying systems, 2 of the units will be arriving 4:55 today, this afternoon.
Sa
40
New Bataan and sa Catel po, padadala
Dito
yun.
muna sa Davao itong 2 additional. Yung MMDA is already supposed to be on the way to New Bataan.
New Bataan. Oh. Yun nga ho, that's exactly. Merong sa New Bataan na going at sa Catel.
Sino nagde-determine kasi saan ipepwesto itong filtration systems?
Also the Office of Civil Defense.
Civil Defense. Yung, sino mang head ng Office of Civil Defense?
Si Director Lisa Mas.
You already have yung assessment of needs for water for all of these affected areas? Yung, syempre, human nature, everybody will want to take care of the needs first, whether or not amin ang needs sa pinakamalaki, di ba? So, you've already planned where you put in these 2 filtration systems. Di ba, parating mamaya about 45 minutes. Yung, theoretically, you can load it probably in trucks in 2 hours time, max. Then in travel time to these areas. But I guess the point I'm trying to raise is, the earlier you determine where they should be put in place, yung location of the source of the water that they're filtering, the earlier it can be deployed. And parang I'd like to receive a report by tomorrow that it has been deployed and functioning at wherever you have determined. Okay? So I have that assurance by tomorrow it is already servicing the communities. Okay. Sige, Benny.
Sir, DTI also deployed price monitoring teams to monitor price hikes in coordination with the Philippine National Police.
Meron ba nagsasamantala?
Yes, sir. The prices are stable except in the meron po tayong 4 na areas, yung sa Boston, Katiil, Banganga, at saka sa New Boston na wala ho pong tindahan ng mga bukas dahil natamaan ho lahat sila. So, But we are gonna have a Descuento Caravan, sir, bukas sa New Bataan at saka on December 11 sa Boston. So their manufacturers will help us sell goods there at discounted prices para at least may available goods.
4 days for the other one.
Takes a while to organize it eh. Lalo na hindi ho possible yung mga ibang kali eh.
Babes, yung kaling hindi possible will be possible by the 11th or earlier. In the areas that specified by Greg.
Actually, the areas that were badly affected, yung Boston, Katiil, and Baganga, they're already going to be accessible by Saturday. No? Kaya lang, yung Baganga cannot be accessed from Mati side. They have to be accessed from the Surigao or Bislig side. Doon naman sa Baganga, we're just monitoring the water level kasi gumawa na ho sila na kalahati na nung river na tambakan na eh. So that it can be used.
Paliwanag ano yung gusto na tambakan. Makakalayo ng tao
Hindi.
nagdamak na yung river.
Magkakaroon ho tayo ng detour road dun sa riverbed, no? So that if the tide is low, it can be used as an access road from already this time from Mati side, no? So we're hoping that by Tuesday, if the level of the river will cooperate, no, by Tuesday we should be able to make that operational.
Tapos yung
All the
replacement bridge.
The replacement bridge with
Bridges pala.
actually yung dalawa they consider it minor because it's just the approaches, no. But this one in
Yung minor operational by.
temporarily operational by tomorrow. And then the long bridge, which is a 320-meter bridge, ito nga yung sa Palma Hill. We will have to construct a new one, Mr. President. But we're trying to remedy it so that it can be used as a temporary bridge. We will need quite a lot of bridge materials. We now have 47. I think we will need about 100 panels. No? So we're assembling that. But we will have to construct a new one.
So yung temporary will be up by.
We're getting the assessment. Kulang pa kasi na materials, so we're mobilizing from all the other regions. We need about 100 panels.
And you have about half.
47. So, ang importante ho doon, mabuksan na namin yung detour doon sa riverbed.
Yung construction of the replacement can start by.
We will need to design that, Mr. President, that itataas na ho namin yung elevation ng tulay. That one we will, at this time, it's a major replacement because it's 320 meters long.
In temporary is good for how long of normal traffic in that area?
While the bridge construction is going on, it will last.
Bene.
Next slide, please. For DOH, they provided 3 units of mobile water treatment device, 450 units of latrine slabs, 200 units of portable toilets, and to prevent the spread of communicable diseases, they deployed their medical personnel. So Center for Health Development 11 provided cadaver bags to the command post in New Bataan and deployed assessment team in New Bataan for Compostela Valley. Next slide, please.
Sir, balik mo yung slide. Why do we need the mobile water treatment device for Davao City? Meron ba affected in Davao City?
Yes, sir. Affected din sila. And Caraga.
And Caraga.
Yes, sir.
Tapos ito cadaver bags. You're quoting 400 plus 50 cadaver bags.
There are additional cadaver bags coming in.
Which means what? Nasa yung 400 are not
Yes, sir. Yung first day lang yun, sir. Kabaong, sir. 350 ang dumating, 500 ang donate.
Meron ho kaming dumating na ho another 800 is already here in Davao.
Next slide. For Central Office, DOH, they provided 5.4 million worth of assorted drugs. I do not know if this is accurate.
As a matter of fact, nasa 6 million na ho as of today.
Okay, then. Next slide.
MMDA, sir, they also provided
Okay na.
certain.
We've read it. There's nothing to ask here.
Yes, sir.
Next slide.
Next slide, DSWD distributed relief goods and food packs to those in the evacuation centers.
Next.
Next slide.
Yan.
Local government units, preemptive force evacuation
Where?
in Baganga, Katil, and in New Bataan. Unfortunately, sir, the evacuation centers, the schools, the gymnasium, the churches, and the Sabungan were all affected, including the battalion headquarters of the 66th Infantry Battalion. They also conducted search and rescue, retrieval operations. Yes.
Who determined these evacuation centers? Pero, di ba parang, ito mga available buildings dito tayo mag-evacuate. Who determined yung safety of the evacuation centers?
The municipal mayor, they have their municipal engineers. Anyway, sir.
Then, the national agencies do not vet, do not check on their decision.
The structural integrity of the buildings in coordination with the DPWH, sir, the municipal engineer.
Meron ba kayong pictures sa New Bataan?
Meron tayo, sir. Even the municipal hall, sir, lumipad lahat yung bubong.
There is a portion kasi that yung parang headwaters ng river. You have a picture like that?
Do you have a picture of that? I think ipa, yeah.
Hindi, wala dyan.
Yung headwater, Lisa. I think ako na lang doon sa 66 IB, General Segovia. Because there was a temporary dam that was created there as a result of landslide. And that caused the sudden flash floods that affected the three river system passing through New Bataan, Comval.
Actually, pwede na. Maski rin dyan sa may tubig. Yung may tubig na lang. Ito pinagalingan natin, di ba?
New Bataan po. New Bataan ito. Ma'am,
New Bataan ba yan?
New Bataan.
Yes, sir. It's
Ma'am,
New Bataan.
ma'am, meron kayong picture nakita ko kanina dito. Yung parang Y, yung Y siya.
Parang dalawang bundok.
From the two
Tapos
ma'am.
may kapraso sa gitna nila na bukas.
Parang may nakita.
Nag-empty doon sa river.
Ayan sa isang USB.
Alin malikod? Ito parting to. Ay, sorry, baliktad tayo. Hindi pala nyo nakikita. Ito. Okay. So, mag-constricted to. Tapos, dito nakalagay lahat yung evacuation. Ganun ba?
Yes, sir.
Hindi, tanong lang, no? Yung, kasi tinitingnan natin kanina to, halos walang tubig eh.
Nawala na, sir. Nagiba na yun, sir.
Nag-iba yung river.
Yung temporary dam.
Saan lang? Saan yung dam? Dito?
Yan,
Dito?
sir. Yan.
Dito?
Yes, sir.
This is not a regular river.
It is a regular river.
You dam the river.
Man-made na yun, sir, yung isa. Yun, sir, ang nagiba.
Pero hindi at a dam, parang diversionary lang.
Yes, sir. Diversion.
Hindi yung dam to stop it, parang lumihis lang.
Sir, actually sir, yung nagway na pinadaanan ng tubig sa inyo Bataan is not actually a river. If you will observe, may mga coconut trees in the middle of the passage because that used to be a coconut plantation. But because of the volume of the mud and the water, nag-branch yung sir, nag-overflow towards the town proper. So but it used to be not a river. Meron lang daan, river dun sir, but yung buo na yun sir, hindi yan ilog dati sir. That was used to be a plantation ng mga coconut. Yung dam sir is yung naipon na debris sir created a temporary dam. When it broke apart, yun yung nag-cause ng sudden surge sir.
That debris was existing before Pablo? Or because
actually, sir,
the debris was caused by Pablo? Yung ba point?
Actually sir, yung mga fallen trees, mga mga naipon na mga debris doon sa taas sir.
Teka, naipon prior to Pablo or because of Pablo?
Those debris were already there
Place.
in the first place, sir. Naipon lang, sir, doon sa passage ng tubig. So, when it broke apart, yun, sir, yung
So,
surge.
parang tama ba sabihin, yan ganyan, this is a tributary of whatever the main river is?
Ayun sir, yung old stream sir sa likod.
Okay.
That's the old stream pa.
Okay. Tapos, di ba pa rito?
Sir, o bago. The new stream.
Pero either side is are mountains. Yeah. Tapos yung all of the structures na evacuation center are on the flatland.
Ito sir, barangay hall. Wala na sir ngayon, naalis na.
Barangay gym.
Pero ito sir yung location. Inanod na sir, kaya wala na dito. Pero ito sir yung barangay gym, barangay hall.
May stream. Nagkaroon ng, parang in effect, may daming effect of all of the debris before that. Di ba logical na isipin, maiipon yung tubig dito, saan pupunta? At alam na maakit doon, at saka dito. Dito pupunta kung nasa lahat ng community. I just want to make sure, no? Where are the procedures that say, to the LGU, no, when you determine an evacuation center, no, it should be safe. Di ba parang common sense naman yata, move them to somewhere safer. Okay. So, paano papasok sa criteria na kung bundok at bundok kabilaan at itong gitna ang dadaanan ng tubig at ka-level lahat ng structures ng dadaanan at walang water holding capacity itong tributary ito. Mari 3 to 4 meters ang dumaan dito. Gano'ng kataas yung water level inabot? New Bataan. Diyan sa inyo nakuha yung 3 to 4 meters.
Yes, sir.
Sa iyo raw galing?
3
3 to 4 meters.
yes, sir. We confirmed this with the mayor of New Bataan. 3 meters, sir.
So,
Yung sudden,
eyewitness.
yes, sir. Eyewitness, yeah.
So, hindi tayo ganun ka-sure
Yeah.
kung yan ang totoo.
10 feet, 3 meters, 10 feet.
No, but kung stream lang kasi, there is no water holding capacity. Di ba parang the river, if it's a river, will absorb X amount. Beyond that becomes, di ba, parang part of the danger zone. Papasok, Doppler says, it will produce this amount of rainfall in that period when it's in the area. Mapoproject yun. No, so yung volume, this that can't hold anything, practically nothing. May 3 to 4 meters according to the mayor na pumasok dyan. May damming effect from the debris from whatever. No? Meron nakaipon doon, may papasok na ibubuhos sa dagdag, and nobody saw na all of these sites that are available are actually also in the danger area. How did this happen?
Kasi po sir, hindi po kasi normally po nag-absorb ito ng ganong kalakas na storms before. So, based sa experience po siguro ng LGUs, they thought na ito po ay safe na yung area. So, siguro po talaga pong magandang aral po ito sa atin na we have to double check yung pong even yung before po na nung wala pa yung climate change. Akala po nila ay safe sila.
See, may warning. Ayun. Di ba may warning specifically to New Bataan and two barangays of New Bataan? That barangay, Andap, and there's another one. One of the reports stated na very prone itong particular barangays na to. Can you confirm? Geosciences yata eh. Mon, meron kayong warning specific?
In fact, sir, 3 ho ng warning namin dyan. Starting 2011,
How many barangays muna?
at 3,000 almost barangay, sir. Yung pinlat na ho namin yung geohazard map.
Huwag na tayo lahat iba. Just this one, to educate us. This particular barangay was part of those that were warned specifically.
Yes, sir. Pero yung latest, yung last warning namin dito, sir, July. Ito, September. By September 11, by July din, 2012.
Barangay Andap.
Mentioning Barangay Andap. But the letter was addressed to Mayor Balbin.
What was the other barangay?
Marami, sir, eh. Fatima, Andap, Kahayag, Mangangit, San Roque, Batacan, Batinaw,
Pero
Cogonon.
yung highest was not Andap, and
Andap
that
po,
other.
Andap. Ang nakalagay ho si dito, sir, high.
Dalawa yung very high or
Opo.
high.
Yung ano, sir, Fatima, Andap, Tadawon. Tapos, sir, ang nakalagay dito, flash flood, flash flood, flash flood, flash flood.
Mari, nung may warning ba tayo dito, amount of rainfall is heavy to intense. No? Yung bang, kunyari, like most of us, basic science grade school nakuha. Klaro ba yun yung, I'm the mayor of a town like this. I can have an idea of what that translates into when it comes in. Would that warning that you have be understandable?
Should include also forecasting of the effect of the weather. In this case, dapat we should eventually we should include kasama sa weather forecasting the increase in the water level rise in our waters in the river, and also the expected inundation maps o area. So that will be part na susunod na, sir, ng ating mga weather forecast. And this area po, this is part of the Agusan River System, which is part of the 18 major river system. And hopefully, mayroon ding ma-install kami by next year. So this, magiging ganun na, sir. We will be able to give expected water level increase or rise. Pero sir, wala pa yun. As of now pa, gagawin pa lang, sir, yung Agusan. We have one working now in Cagayan de Oro and also in Iligan. And ito would be, it's scheduled talaga, sir, for next year.
Yung general warning, areas in low-lying areas subject to flash floods are advised, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah?
Mas makaka-relate po kasi po, Mr. President, yung tao kung sasabihin mo talaga kung hanggang saan naaabot yung tubig, tsaka meron talaga tayo inundation map, doon mas na-appreciate. Actually, people in Cagayan de Oro appreciated also yung ating system because nag-conduct din tayo ng information, education campaign November 26 to 28 of the early warning system na which we installed in Cagayan de Oro. And naano din nila, they were able to appreciate it.
Sige, iwanan muna natin topic ito, ganito, no? Yung may task, leadership ng DILG, I want an investigation.
Yes, sir.
No? Together with DNR at DOJ. Yung may mga tao lumikas, pinalikas, so dapat ang minimum doon, from a dangerous area to a safer area. Kung kapatagan to at kabilaan side mo ibundok, nakadikit mo na, nilipat mo from one of the low-lying areas to an equally low-lying area, bakit ganun na nangyari? Is it something as simple as wala sila alternative? Is it lack of appreciation for the information being gathered? Is it not understandable? Yung bakit walang familiarity ng di ba, yung contour, yung terrain, etc. At saka yung may check rin. Yung somebody plans this out, he might not be as knowledgeable about everybody else as to what to expect. There has to be a check. There has to be an assessment. Yeah. Every place, siguro part ng OCD yun, meron kayong mag-i-endanger kayo, saan tayo lilikas kung ganito ang threat. At as much as possible, hindi naman sa pangungunahan natin yung ating first responders, pero kailangan dekahon na lahat ito. Sa akin, medyo, pinuntahan natin kanina lahat, no? Yung upstream, at saka kung nasa yung headland, mas mataas talaga ang elevation. Okay? Narong-naro, malapit yung community do sa narrow portion kung saan magkakaroon ng funnel effect. Pag nag-breach, malakas talaga ang agos. Tapos nando ka kaysa isang pupuntahan ng tubig, yung kapatagan. Bakit nangyari yun? Okay. Sige. Bening can proceed.
Next slide. Our recommendation, sir. In view of the apparent extent of devastations due to severe winds, rains, flash floods, and landslide, the NDRRMC will formally submit a recommendation to the President on the declaration of a state of national calamity to cover particular provinces, as shown, including international humanitarian assistance that are already being offered. The Philippine Humanitarian Country Team, represented by its resident coordinator and humanitarian coordinator here, has offered assistance to the Philippine government in response to Typhoon Pablo. NDRRMC, through its chair, recommends that we accept this offer.
You're done.
Yes, sir. That's it, sir.
Okay. Process agriculture, damage, bananas, coconuts, and any other.
Sir, sa agriculture po, para po sa crops, ang damage po sa rice is 23,000 hectares, amounting to 133,404,000.
Yeah, 1,000 to 3,000 hectares.
23, sir. 23,000.
23,000.
Yes, sir. For corn, the damage area is around 16,582 hectares, amounting to 20,825,000.
Coconut.
Coconut, sir, 14,879 hectares, amounting to 763,309. Sir, ito po may variable po yung pagkasira nito kasi yung pong iba na nakatayo talaga pero ubos na po, kinonsider na po namin hindi na i-rehab. Pero yung pong iba naman na may dahon pa, sometimes some of the coconuts will take 2 years bago po makarecover. Yung po naman iba ay 1 year. Pero nagpasabi na po ako sa PCA board ngayon na i-authorize ang administrator to buy complete fertilizer so that we can enhance po yung
Breakdown
recovery.
muna. Anong pwede natin itulong sa lahat itong magsasakang napinsala?
Pwede, yung po
Anong ginagawa?
Yes,
Anong
sir.
gagawin?
Yes, sir.
Kailan mangyayari?
Okay. Yung pong sa rice at saka sa corn, meron na po tayo nakahanda na po na replacement ng certified seed sa rice. Sa corn din po, sa open pollinated variety na white corn at saka po yung yellow corn na hybrid corn po rin. Doon po sa coconut, yung pong mga talagang hindi na makaka-recover, pagpapalitan po namin ng pamalit tanim na. Pero in between po ng mga coconut areas na ito, kung yun ng iba po ay it will take them 1 year to 2 years, yung pong in between niya, tutulungan na po namin sa corn program, sir. Intercropping na po, opo. Cash cropping na po sila para po may kinikita sila habang naghihintay po na recovery. Sa irrigation facilities naman, sir,
Meron ba insurance ito mga to?
Sir,
Any of them would have insurance, crop insurance?
ang may crop insurance lang po sir kasi ay usually po yung rice and corn. Actually, kahit po yung bananas, wala pong nag-access ng insurance. Actually po, mayroon pong nakahandang babayadan ng crop insurance na 21 million. In 2 weeks time, babayadan po namin ito. Sa BIPAR po, ang damages po is worth 24,490,000. Sa irrigation po ay
BIPAR, aquatic resources, damage, paano damage?
yung po sir yung pong mga cages, fish cages po sir. Yung pong mga seedlings ng seaweeds, tsaka po yung mga floating stations ng mariculture parks. So ito po yung mga infrastructure na nasira. Pero ang aming po intervention na gagawin sir, yung pong mga pag nag-rehab na po yung mga may-ari ng fish cages, bibigyan na lang po namin ng libreng fingerlings. Tapos yung pong mga nag-seaweeds din po, bibigyan po namin ng panibago pong pananim. Yung po sir NFA, we have enough stock po ng rice para kahit po doon sa lugar na tinamaan. Although doon po sa Katiil, meron pong hindi magandang nangyari doon sa ating warehouse doon. Pinasok po ng tao. At siguro po yung nagpanic nung nalaman sila isolated. Kinuha po yung nasa loob po ng mga bigas at saka po even yung pong palay. Nasa 7,000 bags po yung palay na kinuha ng mga tao. So, but right now, nagpapadala na po tayo ng panibagong rice and we have requested po yung additional security lang doon sa area. Sa irrigation, sir,
PNP,
yes.
ano nangyari doon?
Sa Katiil daw.
Katil, security for the warehouse that will be
Pinasok ko yung existing na
nilimas yung warehouse. You don't know about it? You're not aware of it?
there's no report yet.
Kailan nangyari?
Nung pong
Kasagsagan?
Opo, yung kasagsagan po, sir. Actually po, yung pong replacement na pinadi-deliver na po namin yung replacement.
Give me an explanation and why that transpired several days ago and you're not aware of it. There is police presence in Katil.
There is
And they're not aware.
there's a police station there, sir.
Kaya nga.
I think they might be preoccupied with the
Pero I would assume that raiding an NFA warehouse is very unusual. So several days later, the RD does not know. Does not give me confidence. Okay.
established
Communication.
the other day. Yesterday, sir.
I want a written explanation. Parang the point is, yung what was already there would not need have been transported to feed the people who are there. But since it was raided, we will now have to replace before we can distribute to those in need. And we don't know that it transpired. And when we have a presence, medyo ang hirap ang hirap intindihin paano nangyayari. Ha? And you ask your people also where you haven't, parang the reverse of it is, yung kayo may presence, baka di may presence rin doon, but the sooner the information gets transmitted to the people who can act on it, the sooner the problem is settled. But several days later, you don't know what has transpired in this area. Where is everybody? Yeah. What were they doing? In effect, the information that should have filtered up now, we need new stocks to replace. Parang, hindi na nalaman. O sige, gamitin na muna yung NFA na nandyan, distribute. Nasasagot yung NFA, wala akong kami distribute, wala na dito. Or hindi ilalagay sa priority list dahil meron na existing doon. Which adds more suffering to the people there. Which doesn't have to happen. There's no excuse not to know what happens in your area of responsibility. Especially, it's not a one-room affair. It's a warehouse. Ha? Yung search and rescue na talaga isa sa Jaco dito, who is in OCD can brief? Where are the still missing, where are they located? First question. Who is in charge and who are the forces that are being utilized to search all of these areas? What is the progress so far? Ajib.
Sir, for every provincial and municipal disaster risk management, there is an incident command post manned by all the agencies available, to include the PNP, the AFP. Some of our forces have been reinforced by the Navy and the Air Force and the reservists. Doon, sir, they do the accounting so that we will have a uniform figure both for OCD and yung military tsaka yung ibang ano, sir. And that is where they account for the missing and where the probable areas to search. Kaya marami silang nakukuhang mga patay, sir. But because of the extent of the flash flood, there are still, I think, a few hundred missing. So, sa ngayon, sir, mano-mano, sir, ang pagsa-search nito. I relayed to GHQ that we will be needing cadaver dogs. Baka may ma-source out sila dun, sir. But for now, sir, what we can do is just visual at saka just to comb the area for possible mga ma-recover the bodies.
Mga units na ganun, yung pag naghahanap. Tsaka international teams.
Can I just enter into the record, because I don't think the fishermen missing is in the record of the RMC. They're about, according to the Coast Guard, they are about 172 still missing in the high seas. So, yeah, kung pwede lang kasama na sa record, sir. Thank you.
So, sino nga magiging in charge for, I really need one person who's in charge of the search for the missing. Somebody will make sure that all of the resources are adequately used and can prioritize. For instance, parang we only have mga 14 helicopters operational at this time for the entire country. We're deploying 5 or 6? 6 of the 14 here for these operations. So, hindi ma-access, the chopper can access. The chopper then gives a parang visual na report siguro muna. This is just a suggestion. You might do it better. This area seems parang may signs of life. Walang access, walang water, walang food, no shelter, etc. Information gets filtered up and i-prioritize na ito unang, di ba? Kung dadala ng food, kung dadala ng tubig, kung dadala ng medicine, etc. Punta doon sa other probable areas, sign of life is not as pronounced. Parang, I really want to be able to face any family who has a missing relative and say that we try to access their locations at the earliest possible time. Now, and that happens, di ba? Yung given the limited assets and the difficulty of penetrating some of these isolated areas, there has to be prioritization. Prioritization happens when there's centralization of all the available data. So that's why I need one person, really on top of it, and at the most minimum, para bang bawasan na yung anxiety of everybody who's still missing a relative. It's 380 plus people that we're 383.
Sir, right now, sir, the local chief executive is the person in charge. What the other agencies do, like the military and the police, is we make sure that the local chief executive is capable. So we provide him with all the capabilities that we can provide and advise him on how to go about. Yung local knowledge, sir, information are collected by the incident command post. And this is where we dispatch people. If there are reports coming from certain relatives that he has a missing family member na last seen sa ganitong lugar, sir, then we dispatch people to those areas.
So, wala tayong area na hindi napuntahan?
Sa kayo, sir, I cannot say exactly na napuntahan na natin lahat ng area, sir, because there might still be some isolated communities that have not reported.
Yeah, that's why. That's why there's a central body that collates all the information. Isang pasada sa lahat, minimum. Yeah? Yung unang pasada will help us prioritize given the limited assets available. And kung saan ang probability na meron tayo na madadatnan, talagang yung may rescue, yeah, siyempre, those who are still living have priority over those who are no longer living. And that is, the air assets will have the most access, at least for the initial pass. How many areas are we talking about? How many communities, how many barangays, sitios? Di ba, first yung total, ano na nadaanan natin, kailan natin madadaanan lahat sa unang pasada?
I don't have the exact figures right now, sir, no, but the barangays are in the thousands siguro, sir. Yung ano namin ngayon, sir, yung effort dun sa mga incident command posts is we try to get all the information that we can dun sa mga remote na barangay. At lahat naman, sir, ng may reported na requiring search and rescue, nararating pa naman, sir. As the days continue, dumadami na, sir, yung mga private sector volunteers. No? The Red Cross are now there. Marami na yung mga doctors, volunteers from Davao City are going to Compostela and sir. So, even our forces have been shifted doon sa mga unaffected areas. We have shifted our soldiers to the affected areas to reinforce.
Okay yun, no? Pero ang pwedeng improve doon, yung mga taong kayang mag-report ang nagiging driver ng operations. At some point in time, paano kung yung buong community isolated? Yung buong sitio, walang kayang mag-report? How will they ever get a priority? So how can we have confidence and say, nandun? There is a list of all of these sitios, of barangays, yeah, affected. Then, sa unang pasada, we check. This has been accessed, not accessed. Yung not accessed should be made the next highest priority. Para at some point in time, masasabi natin, and preferably sooner rather than later, naikot na lahat, ito may plano tayong how to proceed to be able to answer that question of, are there still people we can rescue and have rescued? No? If not, can we at least give para a closure to the relatives who are still hoping? No? Anything and everything para mabawasan yung suffering natin mga kababayan ang emergency. In fact, no, I assume that in taking care of the living is already being done. But I really want to resolve this missing issue at the soonest possible time. Okay. So, do the plan, effect it, give me para a periodic report of what has transpired. No? Yung state the mission, state progress, kung kaya nyo daily progress, kung makakagulo sa operation, bale. Basta I really want to see movement towards completing all of the unknowns. Parang nadalaw na namin yan, mukhang malabo na dyan. Nadalaw namin ito, mukhang dito magandang chance. Wala, yung guided lahat ng deployment natin ng Latitude SAR teams. Okay? Yeah.
Sir, organizationally, it's the PNP and DILG that has officers, at least at the municipal level. So they would be in the best. I would think that DSWD is concerned about relief, and DOH likewise. But for the physical na pupuntahan every sitio, every barangay, palagay ko yung DILG at saka PNP ang pwedeng...
The local, di ba, disaster councils are supposed to be peopled by all of them.
That's right, sir. But they're headed by the local chief executive, who is also focused, sir, on
And
the
that
living.
even when you get to the province, syempre the governor will be focused on his province.
Kaya nga.
Also. Di ba ganito lang, no? Unless there's something contrary to law, Judge, ikaw na kaya
Sure.
mag-head nung task force no, on finding the missing,
The
or at
missing.
least resolving the status of the missing. No? Yung he acts with my authority to all the other members. Just to make sure that everybody will be taken care of. Hindi yung pinaka-masigasig, yung pinaka-maingay lang. Okay. Babes, can you just give us a rundown? Yung major road networks, areas that are isolated, when will they cease to be isolated?
Yes, Mr. President. Just for summaries, no? Our latest estimate of damages on infrastructure is now at 938 million. And the biggest is in Region 11 because of this long bridge that I was mentioning earlier. Now, in terms of I'd like to focus on Davao Oriental, First District Engineering Office. Yung Taytay Bridge at saka yung Lumao Bridge, which is in Katiil, which cut off Baganga immediately after the event. This will be possible by Saturday. Both will be possible by Saturday. And this Saturday.
Bukas yun.
Bukas ng hapon. In fact, we're hoping matapos ngayon.
Okay.
Now, the biggest problem really is in the Governor Palmahir Bridge, which is in Caraga. And the only solution we are seeing here is to finish immediately a detour, on the riverbed. And at the same time, we're trying to remedy and put temporary bridging material on the damaged structure. Mr. President, I'd like to show you what transpired and why that bridge lost 7 spans.
Puro kahoy na naman.
Puros kahoy.
Saan to ulit?
Sa Caraga.
Which province in Caraga?
Well, Caraga Municipality in Davao Oriental.
Sorry. Kaya town pa lang Caraga.
That's before Baganga coming from Mati.
Anong kahoy ba to? Grabe na.
Haro.
Di ba pwede niyong i-trace yung DNA nito mo? Pwede niyo malaman yung saan ang galing tong kahoy na to? Pero maganon, may database na kayo.
They will know what species it is.
Hindi, punong-puno na naman yung tuloy eh. Kaya sinira yung how many spans?
7 spans
7 spans.
of the 17-span long bridge.
Almost half of the spans were destroyed by all of this.
Catlogs, debris. Yung mga nakaputol.
Teka muna, uprooted ba itsura niya? Parang cut eh. Dapat pakita mo.
So, Mr. President,
Hindi, uprooted na sabay-sabay. Iba-ibang age, iba-ibang strength na roots. Ma-uproot all at the same time. Mahirap yata mong...
ito yung mga rivers na yung pinag-uusapan niyo kanina. Yan yung outlet eh doon sa Kwan. Kasi upstream yung pinag-uusapan kanina, inland yung New Bataan eh. So lalabas at lalabas po yan dito. So, in terms of access from Mati, na-open na ho, passable na all the way to that bridge of Palmahil. No? So, the access now is available on all municipalities except for Baganga, but Baganga is accessible from Surigao side.
So wala nang isolated?
Wala na ho. Now, Katiil is still inaccessible from Compostela side, but it is accessible from Surigao. So we are continuing the clearing. Mr. President, ang naka-deploy na sa aming equipment ngayon ang naka-deploy na equipment is about 66 units and about 766 personnel all over just in Region 11 alone.
Nirelease na sa inyo yung funds na hiningi niyo for this?
We're exhausting our quick response fund.
May augmentation in appropriate natin.
We have forwarded to Sec Abad the replenishment.
Mario dito. Replenished? Okay.
Yeah.
Ikot. Can you just give us a rundown when we can expect to energize everybody?
I have a 3-slide PowerPoint which will briefly show, it won't have the details except for the towns and if they're energized, and if they're not, when they're going to be energized. So if we can put that on the screen. Basically, Mr. President, what happened here was meron tayong task force kapatid. Yung mga cooperatives and DUs are actually working together, and then those that are not affected, they're the ones who's helping out those who are affected. And with the devastation, normally it would probably take at least a month to energize some of the towns. But because of the situ electrification, meron tayong mga materials na available ngayon. Hindi na sila kailangang bumili. So, napabilis tayo. So, this is the map. Okay, and the ones that have colors are the ones which are still affected as of 5 a.m. this morning. Yung walang kulay, yan yung hindi affected. So, we intend to eradicate the colors as soon as we can. Next slide, please. Can we go to the next slide so we can see the different...
Si Governor Dolpo says, yung area niya, meron raw mga natumbang poste, pero not color-coded.
We'll see in the baka hindi lang nakulayan, pwede nating kulayan. Para maging
Next
makulay
slide,
ang Davao Norte. Okay, these are the as of 5 a.m. 10 a.m. pala ito. Okay. This I have a more updated. It's probably put in the wrong one. But these are the towns, ang municipalities, ang nakalagay lang dito yung municipalities na hindi pa energized. Okay. Like, for example, Aselco, you have 14 towns. Yung hindi pa na-energized, yan yung Loredo, Santa Josefa, Trendo, and then the rest of the towns are energized. More or less, the critical date is actually the last column, which is December 23. That's a target where in that area magkaka-energize sila. Itong December 14 na nakalagay is energized lahat ng towns pero hindi lahat ng barangay. Yung nasa dulo, yung target date of full restoration to the barangay level. I can put this on the website so everybody can access this DOE. And we will update this every now and then. Next kung makikita nyo, ang pinakamarami is really itong area na affected. Nandyan ang New Bataan, nandyan ang Katiil, Baganga.
December 20, Davao Norte.
We're still targeting December 23.
Wala akong dyan bayan nyo. Samalis na.
Combined na yan.
Service area ng
Combined.
Dareco.
Yeah, service area tayo.
May service area. Hindi, basta, ang commitment na energy, worst case scenario up to barangay, 23.
December 23. Although I talked, Mr. President, with NGCP just before the meeting, at sinasabi nila na that's the best effort they can, because ang NEA, they're committed, they're actually out there right now. Ang problema natin yung NGCP kasi nakita naman yung ang damage natin talagang tumba lahat. And we're still targeting December 23 except that some of the areas, ang delivery hindi pwedeng kotse at aerial ang delivery. And as we experienced earlier this morning, kahit yung chopper natin bumalik, hindi nakalusot pag mababa ang cloud. So that is also dependent on the weather, but we're still targeting December 23.
Weather, may long range prediction tayo. Magkaroon ng clear weathers para mag-umpisa na yung delivery ng materials kailangan ng National Grid. Yung ibang walang access other than by air. Sorry? Di ba ganitong cloudy, low ceiling, tatransport mo lahat ng ano. kable, si materials ng tower, yung mga ganun.
Ano lang, sir, ito passing clouds. Hindi, wala talaga tayo nakikitang disturbance.
Secretary Monteo tells us weather will not be a factor. Weather will not be a factor. Walang weather ngayon.
Pwede magdala ng materials.
For the next
That's still the target, although some people are saying it's 3 weeks from now. We're still targeting December 23.
Meron ba tayong cause to worry na kunyari, worst case scenario, New Year, wala pa rin?
Hindi na abot siguro sa New Year, Mr. President. Within this year, the worst scenario probably will be just right before New Year. But again, this is really dependent on the weather, which is kind of difficult to predict nowadays. But gagawin namin lahat ng magagawa namin. All the materials of NGCP are actually on the way na dito. Ang choppers nila nandito na rin. As soon as it arrives, they will deploy right away.
Can you monitor the progress of their work? No?
We are monitoring them on a daily basis. That's why when they said that they were going to start on the Bislig area today, and when we saw na walang Bislig, that's why I called them right away. At ang sabi nila is madidelay sila ng 1 day, so we'll just keep on updating the dates that we have there.
Out of curiosity, asset natin tong grid asset of the state, di ba? They're leasing.
Yes.
So nasira yung asset natin. If we parang masyado mabagal yung trabaho nila and we undertook to repair it, are we within our rights to do that and then charge them afterwards?
There are some things that we can do, Mr. President. Okay, we can.
Pakicheck lang. Pakicheck if that is possible. Laila, I'm sure will regret
Yes,
it.
yes, Mr. President.
Okay.
Sir, merong information umiikot that the Doppler radar station near Hinatuan was broken. But maybe you just might want to clear with that.
Maria, meron ako umiikot na information, Doppler. May Doppler ako sa Hinatuan, broken. Ang siguro text message yan.
Hindi, dun sa regional, Region 10, Dream Sea, sa regional Dream Sea, yun ang lumabas na tanong. Na meron daw isang Doppler sa region, sa may Hinatuan region that's not connected. You might just want to confirm or dispel the information. Or it's offline or something like that.
there is a mechanical let's say problem with that Doppler, but it was online on December 1 up to now. But we still have to, the supplier still has to
Marisale, may mechanical problem pero online. Is it performing its function or is it not? Hindi ako clear.
okay. It is not performing as per 100%. It is partially performing its function.
Doppler measures yung use natin doon is for the
No,
amount of
it's
rainfall.
mechanical, meaning yung kanyang
Ability to track,
not ability to track, but
to
the
measure.
siguro they cannot get enough information.
Do we get enough information to make a reliable forecast? Ang value, di ba, yung amount of rainfall? Doppler provides us parang a means to estimate amount of rainfall
Yes, sir.
falling in a particular area.
Yes, sir.
So the information that we gather from this Doppler is sufficient to give us the necessary information to forecast.
Sir, that's the image of the Hinatuan radar image. Last. December 1 to December 4. Okay.
Hindi naman natin maintindihan.
Okay.
Si orange, si dark green, si light green are... Meron ba red dyan na hindi na lumalabas dito?
Sir, actually the image shown, ito yung
Pointer.
data coming from Hinatuan radar prior to Typhoon Pablo landfall. Now the red color actually ito yung radar reflectivity na can be converted into rainfall intensity. So bago pa man na naglandfall, ito yung areas na nagkaroon ng mga malalakas na mga pag-ulan. And then when
Yung color code, paliwanag natin ulit. May green, may orange, may yellow, may red.
in terms of intensity, yung red ang mas intense.
Orange is above yellow or below yellow?
Yung red and then orange, yellow. Red, orange, yellow, and then green. Sir.
Green and light.
Yes, sir. Lighter. Yes, sir.
The intense red, si green is the opposite end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just give us an idea na. Ano ba, ano ba 600 kilometers? From where to where?
Ang 600 kilometers is diameter.
Kaya, so can you point, parang end points of 600
Actually, sir,
at this
from,
time?
siguro mula from here up to here.
Yung dulo ng...
She's about 300 kilometers from the... Ito kasi yung sentro ng Baguio, sir. The
So,
eye of
affected.
the storm. So 350, 300, and then 300 from here.
300 would reach the blue line? Hindi. Itong... May nakasulat pala. May nakakabasa ba?
Ito yung...
Kilometers. Sorry lang pa siya. Ano nakalagay? 250, 260. Wala nakakabasa. Kilometer to, eh. Parang basta mayo. So half yan. 300 more or less. Okay. Any other matters? Meron pa? Last instructions lang. Hindi yung... Napakarin ako nasa... Yung napaka-importante ng audit, no? Yung we have some of the information, we're getting more and more of the information in geohazards. From the start, we were saying we should give this to all of the LGU, especially those that are most affected. Yung DNR has distributed how many? 65,000 copies. At nasa internet. Pero yung actual physical hard copies, 65,000. Right. Now, siguro, ang idagdag natin sa crisis manual, when instances like this, kailangan talaga merong may check. Well, how does one determine what the safe area should be? Especially for evacuation areas, no? Yung who is responsible for setting up maliwanag under the NDRRMC law, no? Yung who is responsible to make sure that the persons are carrying out their functions under that particular law, yun ang mukhang hindi clear. No? So, I need parang checks on actual performance, yeah, on the mandated actions. I'll wait for the study that the three of you and your agencies will be handling. Yung necessary, yung Executive Secretary will come out with it. No? Set out yung directions, tasking, membership, funding, etc. Pero we really need to refine further. The end point being, katulad doon, nag-cooperate yung tao. pumunta na evacuation center. Si evacuation center ang in danger. And it wasn't, parang nobody caught it. How many evacuation centers were affected? Yung ganyan, na-devastate. 2?
2. As of our, yung sa Katiil, sir, yung tinangay ng hangin yung bubong ng gym.
Okay.
Yung sa New Bataan, Andap, yun ho yung inanod.
Parallel to that, sir, all evacuation centers, we will get the locations, send it to DNR, and they will be the one to say, hindi pwede yan, pwede yan. Diba? Parang, I think it's the,
Baka better pa, no, umpisa natin muna. Nandiyan naman yung danger areas. Then itasking nyo yung bawat, instead of the whole country, minsanan, no, yung those at most at risk, at yun ang prioritization, no? Then you ask, where are the evacuation centers
in this area.
in this area capable of housing how many people?
Yes, sir.
Yung accessible by, yung, siguro baka, hindi man tayo sure kung may database ba niyan na
Gagawa tayo.
yeah. Kunyari, merong Alcala Town in Quezon na sinabing in our evacuation center number 1, we have 10,000 people. Wala nang tanungan ng exactly where is that. How will I get there? Para as detailed the plan as that should be possible.
We'll do a census.
And as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
And there is a possibility we might still have one more typhoon. So wag na natin hintayin na complete. Yeah? Yung send out as soon as possible all the necessary notifications. Maganda parang ma-officially ma-receive. And the data. May deadlines. No?
Yes, sir.
Para sa akin pala, dapat may plano na sila. Yung walang plano, malaman. Yung vetting, baka naman pwedeng within 2 to 3 weeks, substantially done na to.
Yes, sir. Kasi simultaneous processing. Each LGU will do it.
Baka it would help kung template na yung papadalang questionnaire.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The template.
Actually, sir, we have a starting list of evacuation centers, which was compiled by the Office of Civil Defense. So we can give that to DILG
Yes, sir.
in all provinces, sir.
But yung katulad ng kanina,
Ayun nga ho, kaya kailangan yung study.
I mean, okay lang naman manatili ka doon sa munisipyo mo. Pero, di ba, meron naman sigurong varying degrees of safety. And you have to go where it's safest. Okay? Any other points anybody wants to raise? Kailan mo yung 21 na report?
Library, sir, yung
Yung tracker teams pala. Yung mga search. Yung running update, lalo sa missing. Judge, running update on the missing. I would, hindi naman kailangan this minute, no? Pero as fast as you can produce it, baka may detailed reports. Assign somebody to say, I really want to know ano ba yung universe and how much of the universe has already been taken care of. Ba, yan. Kaya tama yung pag-nominate ko sa'yo. Sige, sige.
As of this morning, sir, for New Bataan alone, there are 127 dead, 149 injured, and 398 missing.
Mas malaki na yan.
Sa Katiil, sir, 59 dead, 95 injured, 7 missing. Baganga, sir, 31 dead, 51 injured, 13 missing. Ito, sir, yung mga significant. May mga dagdag pa ito, sir, like towns like Moncayo is also hard hit. I believe Lac also is
One more time,
hard hit.
yung areas that are affected, tapos areas not visited yet, prioritized. yung actual operations after, may assets kayo you'll have at least 6 helicopters yata dedicated to this effort. Iniikot na isang pasada lahat ng potential na may naapektuhan. May assessment. Ito mukhang isolated to community to. Basta wag lang yung inaasahan natin na may magrereklamo hingi ng tulong ang basis ng prioritization. Baka meron talaga iba na wala talagang paraan, masabihan kayo, kailangan namin ng tulong. So, kailangan rin maabot yun as soon as possible. So, kailangan ko, ano yung universe, ano ba na-cover na, ano ang target frame nung iba pang i-cover pa lang, tas para accomplishment everyday na. We visited this area, ito na discover namin dito, etc. Basta yung ulit-ulit ko lang, no? Yung missing has to be attended to, no, and determined parang to enhance the survivability of potential survivors. Yung ganito katagal na walang shelter, walang food, walang water, no, the longer it takes, the more subject to kung nabuhay yung diseases na ano ba tawag doon, opportunistic. Okay. Sige. Okay. Anybody else needs to raise points? Ready.
Sir, there is a concern by the Philippine National Police, Chief of Police in New Bataan kanina dahil sa dami nung na-recover nila with the Army. Yung forensic expert to identify yung mga bangkay. The PMA, Philippine Medical Association under Dr. Aragon is, ewan ko lang nandito na, will please the CHD Radio 9 will please...
Yes, sir.
What's that?
Yung mga SOCO and the crime lab actually, and the NBI can help. So to maximize yung ability to identify. Task already. Task both of them. Okay. Yung as of now, huwag tayong kabahan doon sa funds. The calamity fund is at least 4.5 billion. Yung there is another 4 point something, sorry, just to be precise. But there's another fund that we are tapping. We have at least 8 billion to address all of these concerns. Secretary Abad will be back, Mario, tomorrow. And I'm sure he will find augmentation if necessary. Yung QRFs, may instruction, quick response funds are supposed to have been either replenished or in the process of being replenished. Okay.
Replenish na, sir.
Does anybody any other inputs, any concerns, suggestions, questions? Klaro na yung guidance? Klaro na yung tasking? Okay. At time to leave na raw yata. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. The meeting is adjourned.